We reach our teach, man. It's episode 10, fellas.
10.
It's the podcast for athletes.
By athletes.
Who ain't athletes.
Welcome, man, fellas. Another interesting week in basketball.
Very week, man.
Yeah.
A lot of dramatics.
James, where you want to start at, man?
How about them bum ass Thunders? I'm
Come
sorry.
Oh my God.
Disgraceful.
The Thunder.
Despicable.
We kind of all saw it coming though. None of us were really Thunder believers. We knew that they were capable of going to the finals.
No,
and they
early,
were capable of
early
losing
in
in
the
the first
season.
round.
Early in the
I
season
was.
we worked.
I was.
Early in the
I
season we
mean,
worked.
I was cautiously optimistic, but I
Paul
wasn't
George
really
2 for
too
16 or 2 for 13. That was his stats for the last game.
Port George or Playoff P? Did Playoff P show up?
Playoff P.
Did you see him?
I don't know what that is.
That
I
is
heard of him. I guess he came and
You know
won.
what that is? You know?
APB on Playoff P still, man. A week
Yeah,
later.
let's call
I
Playoff
see
P,
some
see
shit.
what's
I
up.
see some shit.
Yo, let's try to give Playoff P a call, man. Hey, let me see what.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed
Oh,
as dialed.
shit.
Oh shit.
Damn, Playoff P?
Fuck.
Disconnected the number? I think packed the bags up already, baby.
Yeah,
I think he didn't even get suitcases. He put
Man,
them
I'm
shits in
about to
garbage
Back to
bags.
back. He
Got
might-
the
he ain't never brought shit
U-Haul.
home with him.
He didn't even go back to OKC.
Yeah, it shouldn't was never there. He was just chilling out there.
Took a
Yeah,
flight
little overnight bag.
straight to LA. see y'all fellas next season when I play against y'all. Whoever I'm playing with.
Russell Westbrook taking 43 shots.
I mean, Russell Westbrook did what Russell Westbrook does.
Another hit for
19
Westbrook, man. Another
three-pointers.
bad hit for
He
Westbrook,
took.
man.
Westbrook is out of there.
He took 19
Was-
three
you
pointers.
think so?
Yeah, he's gone.
I
What
don't
makes you
think
say
so,
that?
but I would like to
19
see.
for people.
'Cause-
19.
Cause one, the GM is cheap. Well, the owner's cheap. It's
The
not
whole
a big.
organization.
But they gave him that, just gave him an extension.
The whole
Just $5
organization.
million.
Nah, he ain't signed it though.
With the offers on the table, that's not cheap.
Cause that's all they got. And the reason why he ain't signed it because he's trying to see where his team is going. And this
So
team,
they're not gonna offer Paul George the max?
probably not.
I think they're offering Paul
I
George
think
the
they
max.
will.
I think they're gonna throw. I think it was like 170-something million they talked about sending Paul George this way. They're gonna throw the bank at him. If he leave, it's gonna be a lifestyle choice. You feel me? It ain't gonna be a basketball. It ain't gonna be because of
I
money.
ain't gonna lie,
Nah, it's definitely gonna be a basketball
I'm not
choice.
giving him a lot.
Basketball choices. Not if you go to LA.
LA's a sentimental thing with him.
LA would, yeah. To me, I mean, as a Laker fan, I would hope that he don't. I don't.
We don't need him.
Where else would
Let
he
them
go?
kids develop. Let them kids develop.
I mean,
I mean, you could pull a LeBron go back to Indiana.
Nah. Why?
What would we accomplish going back to Indiana?
Like I said,
He didn't want to be there.
Exactly.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to live in
It ain't
Indiana.
about the team no more. It's like it's still Indiana.
It's still Indiana. It's not even about. That wasn't a basketball decision. To me, it wasn't a basketball decision. To me, that was. I don't want to live in Indiana.
Anyway, he
anymore.
going to Indiana is if LeBron going with him, and that ain't.
that was the funny.
Outside of that, what's the point?
Well,
I mean,
Paul George
I guess he
didn't
could go
understand
maybe
where
to
he
Philly.
didn't understand.
I think he was a small
Nah, he
forward
wouldn't
out
go
there.
People were talking about that.
Philly's
He should go to
interesting.
Philly.
Philly
People talking
is
about
If they don't
that.
get
A lot of people
LeBron,
talking about that.
if LeBron says no, Paul George is not a bad plan B.
Nah, of course.
For what he brings to the table,
as
and
long-
for what that team needs, they don't need him to be Indiana Paul George #1 option. You need to be what kind of the good games in OKC that you had. If you do that in Philly,
Well,
more
yeah, he would
consistently,
be beating LeBron
good
to the
money.
punch. Right now, Philly is the one team with the slot open to go to the next level. All they need is that superstar plug in.
exactly.
And
Oh, he's playing B.
he can go.
Definitely playing B.
Kawhi can go. LeBron can go.
Yeah.
Clay can go. They just want one of these guys.
Exactly. But Kawhi, you have to give
Paul
something
George
up
will
for
probably
Kawhi.
be the bottom of that four, though.
Because Pop's not playing
Of
that
course,
shit.
it's different ways
That's
for
different.
all of
Yeah,
them, of course.
yeah.
But Paul George would be the bottom of that four. So if he's smart, I would.
He
jump
might be
gun
the
and go
bottom
back.
as far as ranking, but I'd rather sign Paul George than just
trade.
go trade for Kawhi at this point.
It matters what I'm
Because of
trading.
the question mark.
Because as long as
There's
I'm
too
not
many
giving
question
up-
marks with Kawhi at this point for me to
You
bet
gotta
on that. But
understand.
Paul George, he's been healthy the last 2 years. Relatively.
Even though you had a bad game, I bet on him before I bet on
Kawhi, really? Nah, I'm still wrong with Kawhi.
Because remember, you gotta give something up to get Kawhi. You don't gotta give
True,
nothing up
and
to
that's
get
why I
Paul
say it
George.
would matter. It would matter how they would be able to
And
finesse
you
it.
know,
But they got
Pop,
they
nigga,
got a
Pop
lot.
ain't no fool, nigga.
They got a lot.
Yeah, Pop ain't gonna go. Yeah, he ain't gonna give a Kawhi for
Nah, he
nothing.
could just hit nothing.
Yeah, like you gonna have to give him some
No
pieces.
severance package.
Yeah, it's gonna exactly.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Something's gonna be interesting, bro.
So what else going on in the playoffs, man?
What
We
about
got
like
Boston.
Golden State
We got
ass
Boston.
whooping last night?
Oh man.
I mean, with Golden State, I think last night we saw they have a fifth gear. Everyone else don't.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It happened in second quarter.
You feel me? This is what it is. They'll go 6 minutes 6-7 minutes,
That
and
was it.
game's over.
That was it.
They're the only team that really. Houston's to a point, but Houston's defense is suspect enough where you can come back on them. Golden State, when they suffocate you on defense and they're hitting threes, that's it.
That's it. So
You're done.
AD is not enough right now. Everybody going to have to play perfect for them to win.
Yeah, and Steph's not even back.
Yeah.
I mean, this goes back to when we asked earlier, can they win without Steph? I think the answer is an emphatic yes.
Win what?
I think they can win definitely the West, and if they can win the West, they can win the championship.
It would be hard
Nah,
to
they can't win the West. They can't beat Rockets.
They can.
Yeah.
Because KD is
I
that
think
good.
they can beat the Rockets.
They can.
But what are we talking? All right, let's break it down. No Steph, Warriors, Houston. Let's break down the matchup. Tell me where is the advantage for? But you got point guard advantage of Chris Paul, right? We got Klay Thompson and Chris Paul. Chris Paul's gonna have a tough time. I'll be clear.
But
Chris
see,
Paul's gonna have a tough time.
it depends who.
It
the
benefits the Golden
Warriors-
State more
not
for
really.
Clay
It depends
to
on
guard
starting
Harden than to
It
guard
depends on
Paul.
starting
Paul's
five.
not a primary
If they put,
scorer.
if they put what's his name on
I think
Chris Paul,
if you take, well, he's gonna go with both of them
what's
throughout the
his
series,
name? Iggy. If you put Iggy on Chris Paul now,
which is gonna happen.
the problem is Chris Paul is smaller than him, so he has to go pick him up every single time because Iggy's a very good on-ball defender. So at the end of the day,
Chris Paul's gonna
he's gonna get
he's gonna
hit
work.
this, but he's gonna
work.
make him work.
He's gonna
so
work.
Now we have Klay Thompson on
James Harden's gonna
James
work.
Harden. That's the
And Draymond Green gonna be the free safety dude, cause he ain't really got to guard nobody like that. He got a couple shooters, but as far as if he got to guard Capella, he knows that
Who's
he got to
there
guard
for?
one thing with
Capella's
Capella.
about to catch a lot of
Anderson?
alleys over this nigga.
Ryan
He
Anderson.
don't play up. That's gonna be.
And he's gonna be in
That's
foul
the only
trouble when
problem.
he on the other
They have
side.
niggas that can throw the oop perfectly.
Who's there for? Ryan
Yeah.
Anderson.
All right, Anderson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta go
yeah.
down.
So he
Now-
gonna. That's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's gonna be hanging out on defense.
He's gonna be here. He's gonna give him a couple. He's gonna give him a
feel me?
couple of threes. You know what I'm saying? Not much. So you know.
I think the only thing Houston got that scares me a little was the bench.
Yeah, because they got a real.
They got,
deep
cause they got,
side.
yeah, Eric Gordon
They
can come
got-
in
definitely
and make some, do some damage.
Because some of the dreads that came out of Louisville, the big
Eric
boy,
Gordon plays.
he come out. He played good.
Yeah.
But it's not. But Kevin Durant, at the end of the day, it's gonna be no fourth quarters. It's gonna be Kevin Durant, James Harden, and come on.
As of
That's
now,
easy money.
you have to bet on
It's
it.
easy money. You feel me? I'm sorry. I know James Harden gonna get the MVP, but I know who I'm getting. If you talking about those two guys or the linchpin to each team,
Yeah.
and everything else is basically more or less even, come on.
But
I'm
I
going
bet, but I bet Steph's gonna be back by the time.
And if Steph is there, I think it's gonna be a short series, shorter than people expect.
You think
If
so?
Steph is close to 100%, they're gonna off him in 5.
Oh, you think
Yeah,
he's
but I think
off?
at this
No,
point,
Golden State's gonna
at this
off
point,
him.
it don't make sense to bring him back before he's 100.
Nah, especially the way you're playing. Why?
Yeah.
You're playing good. I mean, when the Pelicans are up 2-1, come through.
Oh, yeah.
If that happens,
That's what I said.
then you come through. You
That's
feel
what I
me?
said last night. Steph ain't coming back in the series unless they get spanked by like 20.
And they in trouble in the series. But if they up 2-0 when they get spanked by 20 game 3, maybe
Yeah,
they
they could
fall.
lose one game and it won't be a big deal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they'll lose the second.
It depends on how they lose that one.
Then you look
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
They are like, alright, how you feel?
But he been scrimmaging, so I guess he's close to 100%. I guess at that point, this point is his urgency.
They some
Yeah.
little, one-handed floaters. For
We talking all this. He might be back for game 2.
Huh?
He might be back for game 2. All we
That's
know.
true. That's true.
You feel me? Especially at home.
Yeah.
That's the game we want to come back on.
Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Raptors, yo. Toronto Raptors.
What's
They wrapped
that?
it up.
The game last
They wrapped
game.
it up.
Wrapped up the series, and every day it looks like, damn, the path is opening.
Washington took another step back. Another step
They
back.
did what we knew what they would do.
They need to. I think they need to
They're gonna break.
reevaluate their team
Bill's
because
gone.
they've been the
My
same
opinion.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that old
You're not
Atlanta
progressing.
team.
Yeah,
The
but at
more
this
than
point, can you really improve? I mean, the injuries have a lot to do with this year. That's why they were the AC. There wasn't really a true AC.
But they were no better than
If
the
they
4 seed.
if they not
But
signing,
that means there's a difference between losing in the first round and losing in the second round of conference finals.
if they not getting no
Like you evaluate your season. There's when you play Toronto. You play Toronto in the first round instead of playing Toronto in the second round. That makes a lot. That makes a big difference. Just even as a fan base going to like, damn, you felt like we could have been close. You would have lost in 6 games in the second round and almost pushed it to 7. You feel better about yourself.
Nah, they've been.
But what happens in the first
they've been
round?
serious for like 4 or 5 years now, so they should.
You gotta get rid of one of these.
I mean, somebody got. I think,
You gotta get rid of
but I think the Big Two should. They don't play with that yet. Don't play because it's hard to get that kind of talent on the
So you
same
say-
team. You got to build the pieces around it.
If I
They
had-
need more athletic. They need
if
to
I
get
could find
younger.
a deal, I would get rid of one of them. But you the one have to get the best.
If you're not getting Kawhi back, don't even call that phone.
I mean, only one team gonna get Kawhi. Everybody else gonna be trying to get somebody else.
Yeah.
You gotta find the next guys, man.
Yeah, it's tough to get an all-star backcourt. It's not easy, especially the way you got it. It's not guaranteed. You can't be playing around.
The problem is nobody signing over there though. Nobody wants to sign.
No, a trade got to be made, but you got talent enough to make trades. You can make some trades with the young talent you got. You feel me? It's all about getting the right pieces back.
At this point, the NBA is all about markets. Washington, doesn't really have a big
Some of these
market
teams
to sell
blow
the
out the
player to
Memphis,
come over here.
I mean, so they're gonna have to overpay good talent. They're gonna have to give a good talent superstar.
They have to overpay the B talent free agents.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But they got two B plus talent. I guess John Wall can be is potential A plus talent if everything gets put together when he has certain games, but he's not consistent enough to really be on that
And
level.
a role in a better team, I would say. And a
But
better
they
team.
won't move him. They'll move Bradley Beal way before they move John Wall.
You'll get more back for John Wall.
Yeah, I would. That's what I would say. I would give.
You'll get more back for John Wall.
I would give rid of Wall because
obviously
he's
he's the best player, but I'm pretty sure because
But it's John Wall.
they already
the best player
labeled
on
him
that
the
team.
franchise player, so they're not going to
Yes.
say franchise player.
It's
So
arguable.
that's why I say
It's not that far, but I think
Because Beal's been their best player this year.
this year absolutely
I agree.
because
I agree.
John Wall was hurt by
that's
default.
right. That's a fact.
So
When John Wall was hurt, but when John Wall was healthy, he was the best player on the team, in my opinion. In the beginning of the season,
in
when
the
they were winning
beginning of the
games.
season,
When they were winning games and he was
nine
cooking
in
out there,
yeah.
he was setting his teammates up.
Yeah, I agree in the beginning.
Yeah.
9 in the back end.
Nah, because he was hurt.
Obviously coming off
He was
of that
hurt.
injury.
Yeah, that's not even. That's nothing to argue.